I'd also like to request a personal apology from you for encouraging people to contact us.
I don't think that the city council should be apologizing.
A packed Richland City Council meeting as controversy continues over the Mayor Pro Tem's comments ahead of a local restaurant's Easter Sunday event. And we're talking about some spotty showers throughout the area, but warmer trends for the weekend. Jason has a look ahead to that coming up in his first alert weather forecast.
Now, KVEW local news at 5.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Alyssa Warner. Today, lawmakers from Washington's congressional delegation joined a group criticizing a plan to block changes to abortion policies at the Department of Veterans Affairs. Last fall, the VA proposed a change asking to make it so that healthcare providers could offer abortions in case of rape, incest, or when the pregnant person's life is at stake. But there's now a push in the Senate to block that proposed change.
The Biden administration has taken steps to make sure women who have served our country in uniform can get the basic reproductive care they need when their health is at risk or in cases of rape or incest. And now Republicans want to overturn that policy and force women to stay pregnant.
It's illegal. Congress banned abortion in the VA 30 years ago, and it was unanimous. One of the senators who voted for the bill was President Joe Biden. We have never repealed this law. 30 years, we've never repealed it. It's still on the books, and the administration needs to follow the law.
That's Alabama Senator Tommy Tuberville, who's leading the push to block the VA abortion policy change. He says changes from the Department of Defense in the wake of the decision last summer to overturn Roe v. Wade are now forcing taxpayers to fund abortion. Now, the Senate vote on that policy expected as the Supreme Court was supposed to make a decision on whether the FDA made the right call on authorizing the abortion pill. But ABC's Justin Finch reports the justices have now moved their deadline.
The Supreme Court extending its stay until Friday, delaying implementation of the Fifth Circuit's ruling, meaning wide access to the abortion pill mifepristone remains in several states. On Capitol Hill, Democrats arguing this decision is bigger than one abortion drug.
It threatens to undermine the FDA's evidence-based scientific review process, and it will put countless lives at risk.
The case ending up at the high court after dueling lower court rulings. First, a Texas federal judge's ruling to reverse the FDA's mifepristone approval, arguing the agency had not properly considered its health effects. Then, an opposing decision from Washington State, where a federal judge ordered the FDA to preserve mifepristone access in 17 states and Washington, D.C. After a Justice Department appeal of the Texas decision, the Fifth Circuit issued its ruling calling for stricter guidelines on prescribing and administering mifepristone and blocking its delivery by mail.
I think the radical abortion policies of the Biden administration are wrong, but at the end of the day, we're a rule of law nation.
Upholding the Fifth Circuit decision would roll back the expanded access women have had to the drug for several years. Justin Finch, ABC News at the Supreme Court.
Now, the state of Washington has purchased a stockpile of abortion pills just in case they're taken off the market, and state lawmakers have been working on several proposals that would protect abortion access. Looking locally now, the city of Richland had its first public council meeting since a controversial Easter Sunday drag brunch event at the Emerald of Siam restaurant. More than 100 people packed City Hall last night, including restaurant employees and supporters, and people who showed up to support Mayor Pro Tem Teresa Richardson. The Mayor Pro Tem had asked community members to send in what she called polite notes expressing sadness over plans for the drag brunch held by the Emerald of Siam. Now, according to the Emerald, they got a barrage of hate mail, death threats, and harassment instead. Richardson says she doesn't feel like she did anything wrong, and the supporters who showed up last night seem to agree.
Very even temper as I went through and watched that clip. She was well within her First Amendment rights to express her sadness.
You know what's sad is, Miss Richardson? Looking for your child for 8 hours, only to find that because of rejection they received because they're non-binary and pansexual led them to the new Dupertail Bridge to jump. Don't tell me about sad.
Now, a lot of people spoke out asking for an apology from the city council for spreading what they called intolerance The Emerald of the owner of Siam also spoke up about the threats that she says the restaurant has received in the past few weeks.
I'd also like to request a personal apology from you for encouraging people to contact us, and a public apology to the parents in this community who find these events enriching to their families and who wanted to spend their Easter at an event that encourages love and acceptance.
I don't think that the city council should be apologizing either, because they did not do anything that was wrong.
Now, the Emerald of Siam told us they raised money for security at the drag brunch, which was more than enough. They said they donated the extra funds to the Trevor Project, which is an organization well known for providing a suicide prevention service for LGBTQ+ youth. Mayor Pro Tem Richardson also spoke at the end of the meeting. You'll hear her response tonight on KAPP Local News at 6. But let's switch gears now and talk about the weather. We're getting more and more daylight with about 14 hours between sunrise and sunset right now. All that sunshine, though, doesn't really seem to be warming things up. Jason Valentine has a look at the cooler than average temperatures we're expecting this evening.
Good Wednesday evening, everyone. Oh, we've made it to midweek. Hope you've had a wonderful day today. We have clearing on the way as we get into our evening hours and into tomorrow morning, though that is going to be causing very chilly temperatures as you head out the door tomorrow. So do keep that in mind. But we do have the chance of seeing a little bit of shower activity as we're heading into the afternoon hours and early evening, especially along the Blue Mountain regions for Walla Walla and Pendleton. But we are looking at slowly warming up as we head into our weekend. Today, again, we were around 10 degrees below our average for all of our cities. So we were in the mid to upper 50s for most of our areas. So right now we should be in the mid to upper 60s. Now we are going to be seeing temperatures like that on the way as we get to our weekend. So yes, in my full forecast, I'll be talking about that warming. And again, PM light rain tomorrow afternoon. I'll get to that as well. And we are clearing into the evening. Should be a pretty nice evening, but again, very chilly tomorrow morning. I'll have all that in my full forecast that's coming up. But for right now, let's send it back to you.
Thanks, Jason. Well, you may notice bigger planes flying to and from the Pasco Airport. Airport officials say Alaska Airlines is now flying 737s for 2 of its daily routes. Alaska says these planes offer more space for luggage and power outlets so that you can charge your devices mid-flight. Now, we are gearing up for the busy summer travel season, but as airlines are still facing some serious problems with the sudden surge of revenge travel. People excited to rack up the miles after the pandemic lockdowns. Now, industry officials are warning we could face another big problem in the very near future. Mike Valerio explains.
Bumpy skies ahead for America's airlines.
We're going off a cliff.
Testifying before a congressional subcommittee, airline industry leaders warn the ongoing pilot shortage will get worse in the years to come.
Within 15 years, nearly half of all pilots will retire.
The problem, an aging workforce is on the way out, and expensive training is keeping many recruits from getting in. The Regional Airline Association is calling on Congress to raise the mandatory retirement age from 65 to 67.
No data shows a pilot is unsafe at 65, but this arbitrary line forces qualified pilots to retire when they have much to offer.
Most airlines have yet to fully restore the service cuts they made during the pandemic, even in the face of record bookings at some carriers. That combination is driving airfares up over the last year, increasing by more than 17% according to the latest federal inflation data. I'm Mike Valerio reporting.
Now, the good news, if you're deciding to stay here for the summer, it's gonna get warmer, I promise. Let's take a look outside in Pasco from our Dust Devils camera. We are going to talk about a warming trend headed towards your weekend coming up in your First Alert forecast. And still ahead on KAPP Local News at 5, we're hearing more concerns about trash left behind at local parks. What you can do coming up in the next 15 minutes.
Tonight, amid deadly violence, children in desperate need, David Muir with the aid workers trying to get food and supplies to millions in South Sudan. More Americans turn to the most watched program on television, World News Tonight with David Muir.
I was diagnosed when I was 39. I found a lump. Within a week, it had grown so immensely, I could see it in the mirror. It's such a whirlwind when you're diagnosed with cancer. The most important thing in your life is your health. If I could tell a young person who was thinking about their health anything about breast cancer, I would just say be as proactive as possible and get checked.
Put some spring into your step with Great Floors. Shop exclusive specials throughout our showroom on carpet, luxury vinyl, and cultivated wood. Save on Karastan carpet, only $20.23 for a whole home installation. Our huge selection and expert team are here to help you recreate the perfect look and feel of your home. Great Floors offers 12-month 0% financing, so you are free to select the exact flooring you want. Visit a showroom today and live life on Great Floors.
It's our 25th anniversary in May, but we just couldn't wait. So let the $225,000 Silver Jubilee celebration begin now at Legends Casino Hotel. Use your Legends Rewards Players Club card to earn entries for cash drawings on Thursdays and a chance at a new Mercedes C300 on April 27th. Use your card when playing your favorite slot machine for a chance to win a coveted silver ticket and a spot at the Jubilee Game Board on May 31st, where we'll give away over $200,000. Only at Legends Casino Hotel, within winning distance.
At Honda, we offer complimentary maintenance for 2 years or 24,000 miles. Just enjoy the ride, knowing we cover routine items like oil changes, tire rotations, and multi-point inspections. Honda Service Pass, available to purchasers of all 2023 Honda vehicles. Get yours today.
If you have outdoor plans, trust KVEW First Alert Weather.
With our powerful technology, we can literally see days ahead, giving you time to prepare for what's next.
First Alert Weather from KVEW Local News, helping keep you and your families safe.
Live with Kelly and Mark, weekday mornings at 9 on KAPP.
Welcome back, everyone. We're counting down to the end of the 2023 legislative session, and a proposal awaiting Governor Inslee's signature right now would limit access to certain rape kits. That might seem counterintuitive, but here's the situation. When a victim goes to the hospital after a sexual assault, they get a medical exam for free from a trained sexual assault nurse examiner. With permission, the nurse may also collect evidence that's put into a sexual assault kit that can be used in a criminal or civil trial. But companies like Lita Health have come under fire now for marketing what they call at-home evidence kits that authorities say can't actually be used in court or to look for a suspect with matching DNA in the FBI database.
To sell them something that's free and to sell them something that doesn't work, that you can't upload into CODIS, it's fraud. And that's what the cease and desist letter from our own Attorney General said. This is unlawful business practice.
Now, the House Bill 1564 would ban the sale of these at-home rape kits in the state of Washington. Again, it has passed the state legislature. It has been delivered to the governor. Governor Inslee is expected to hold a bill signing ceremony tomorrow, but as of tonight, this proposal is not on the list to be signed. And we have new information tonight about drug-related suicide attempts in the United States. Researchers at Washington State University found the number of people using marijuana in connection with a suicide attempt has been growing at a concerning rate over the past decade. The researchers found that most cases involved other substances in addition to marijuana. And while we don't have a lot of information so far about intentional cannabis poisoning, experts say we do already know that marijuana use can worsen mental health conditions, and it can increase your chances of acting on impulse. It may also interfere with brain development when children, teens, or even some young adults use it. The researchers at WSU say that growing evidence is a reminder of how important it is to make sure that kids can't access cannabis. And as a reminder, if you're struggling with your mental health, you can call or text 988 to be connected with trained counselors at any time. Making headlines across America tonight, the family of Tyree Nichols has filed a federal lawsuit against the city of Memphis and its police department. Nichols died in the hospital earlier this year after being violently beaten, allegedly at the hands of 5 Memphis police officers during a traffic stop. While those 5 officers, as well as several others, have been fired and they are facing criminal charges, civil rights lawyer Benjamin Crump says the lawsuit sends a message.
This lawsuit and the amount that we're suing for is a message that if you keep giving license to these gang-minded police officers.
They are suing for $550 million. Now, the U.S. Department of Justice is reviewing the Memphis Police Department And while the Memphis police have disbanded the special unit that was blamed for Nichols' death, the Department of Justice also said that it would separately review these specialized units all across the United States and create a guide if cities decide to use them.
Now, KAPP KVEW First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Wednesday evening, everyone. And yes, some sporadic showers today. We saw winds 10 to 15 mile per hour. Those are all slowing down into our evening hours. Clearing into the evening, we have light rain expected tomorrow, especially for the Blue Mountain region. I'll get to that in my future cast. And we're finally warming up to around our average for the weekend. And possibly we'll be keeping those temperatures as we head into our next work week. No real heat spike on the horizon yet, but still warmer temperatures than we've been seeing. So in our future cast, still just a bit of shower activity around our areas. That will be moving out into our overnight period. We'll see some sunshine in your morning hours after sun up, but we will be seeing some light rain coming into most of our areas as we get to the early afternoon. And then this is going to switch into the Tri-Cities and Walla Walla, Pendleton areas as we get into the evening hours. Then it's going to stick right in Walla Walla. Looks like some heavy showers for the Blue Mountain region, but our areas pretty much light rain, and that will move out as we get to Thursday late night into Friday morning. Some sporadic showers yet again for your morning hours, and that will continue again off and on into our Friday. So sporadic showers just continue. Very spring-like conditions with sunshine, with some clouds, and with some spotty showers. Really all this week has been identified by that. So as we move into our weekend, we're going to slowly warm up today, around 10 degrees off yet again of our average. But as we get to our weekend, all of our cities should be in the mid to upper 60s, if not like Ellensburg in the lower 60s for your weekend, back to where we should be for this time of year. Now we have a freeze warning. It's our final one of the week. We've had one pretty much all week. We're going to have it between 2 a.m. and 9 a.m. tomorrow for Ellensburg, Yakima, Toppenish, and that includes the Pendleton areas. So this is a note, just a warning for agricultural workers to protect crops if they get damaged during freezing times. So we're seeing that again tomorrow. Should be warmer in our overnight period into Friday morning. So our winds, saw about 10 to 15 mile per hour winds today. They'll be down just a skosh as we get into tomorrow and into our weekend, right around 10 miles per hour. Maybe a little bit heavier winds, 10 to 20 mile per hour for your Sunday. And then just some breezy conditions. But the good news about breezy conditions is it keeps our air fresh. So in our almanac, our average for this time of year, I've been talking about it all week, really for the last 4 weeks. 65 for Yakima, just 10 degrees off. We're quite chilly overnight as well, but the overnights for Yakima will improve as we get to Thursday night into Friday. For the Tri-Cities, we're about 9 degrees off our average and well off our average for our overnight lows. So just the trend continues, but it does look like we will be improving into the weekend. All right, overnight tonight, we are looking above the freezing level only for a few areas, Tri-Cities, Hermiston, and Walla Walla. Other than that, we are just below it. So a chilly overnight period. Bundle up as you head out for work or school or wherever you're headed for your Thursday tomorrow morning. And tomorrow, those sporadic showers into our afternoon and early evening, especially for the Blues. We're going to be in the mid to upper 50s for most of our areas, 52 for Ellensburg. Get ready for nice conditions in your morning, and then we'll be seeing those showers start to come in. So for the Tri-Cities, a little bit more cloud coverage for your Friday with those morning showers at least, and looking nicer for your weekend, right around the 70-degree mark, and then staying warm in our next work week, at least near our averages, so something to look forward to. In Yakima, mid-60s by your weekend. Then holding on to that heat in our next work week. So do get ready for, again, we're seeing showers tomorrow afternoon, but we're clearing into our evening tonight with those winds starting to slow down 10 miles per hour tomorrow. Not warm tomorrow, but it's slowly going to get warm into our weekend.
Thanks, Jason. We were talking about the windy conditions clearing out the air, but up next on KAPP KVEW Local News, Yakima makes a national list, and not in a good way. We're talking about air quality concerns there and how the state is already taking action. And we have a lot more news to share with you on our mobile app. You can use the camera on your smartphone to scan this QR code. It's also at the bottom of your screen throughout the show. The code will take you right to our app for news and weather on demand. It's free to download, and there's no subscription fee to use it.
Portion of KAPP KVEW sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
We're seeing customers come in every single day. Pros are using battery equipment.
Making the switch to battery was one of the best decisions that we made as a company.
We made the switch to battery-powered equipment to be ahead of the industry.
It's made in America, and I wanted something that was built here.
This is where the world is headed. It's better to be ahead of it now than get on it later.
Built for you. Built for work. Real steel. Find yours.
Hi, I'm Stan. Welcome to my Stan Talk. My theory, it's called Triple Play because you can have fun on land, sea, and air. On land, bowling, XD Dark Ride, and others. At sea, all the slides and pools in Raptor Reef Indoor Water Park. In air, the ropes course, Nebula Drop Tower, and new zip ride. Or maybe the owner just liked triple cheeseburgers. Thanks, everyone!
Triple Play has fun for everyone, including the brand new zipline ride. And it's all attached to a cozy hotel.
Mildly entertaining. I will take that.
On air, online, and on the go. KAPP KVEW First Alert Weather is a forecast you can trust.
Scan this code now and get KAPP KVEW local news, including First Alert Weather on your mobile device. First Alert Weather from KAPP KVEW local news, helping keep you and your family safe.
It's great to see ya. Come on down. Welcome to Sea Galley. Dinner tonight or the Shipwreck Lounge. May I suggest our surf and turf special, prime rib and crab.
Since 1968, Sundown M Ranch has helped over 200,000 patients and families recover from the effects of substance use disorders.
I was ashamed, humiliated, and not sure if I could be helped, but I listened and found a completely different way to live by spending time at Sundown.
I did not believe there was a way out of the dark hole my life had become. Sundown M Ranch provided a foundation for me to find a new way to live.
Sundown M Ranch. Today is the first day of the rest of your life.
Every 15 minutes, someone is involved in a semi-truck collision in the U.S. Whatever the cause, big trucks mean big crashes, resulting in serious, even fatal injuries, large medical bills, and loss of wages. If you've been injured in a crash with a big rig, call Abeta Nelson Injury Law today. We've handled the most big truck accidents in Central Washington over the last 40 years, recovering millions for our clients. Abeta Nelson, we take your injury personally.
Here comes the sun, so don't miss the Outdoor Living and Deck Expo coming soon to Par Lumber near you. For free help designing your deck, tool demos, special discounts, prizes, food, and more. Visit par.com for details.
What are you going to build?
Welcome back. A new report from the American Lung Association says Yakima ranks number 11 on the list of most polluted cities for particles in the air. Now, while you might not notice a smell or trouble breathing like we see when wildfire smoke is an issue, the EPA says particulate matter in the air can add up to serious health problems that impact your heart and lungs. Now, the Washington Department of Ecology told us last month they're already working on monitoring the air quality in Yakima and the Tri-Cities region to try to figure out where that pollution is coming from and, more importantly, how to clean it up. Well, last week, the city of Richland closed a trail to cars because of trash and illegal activities. Now, a Tri-Cities resident is sharing his concerns about another local trail where he says something similar is happening. Madeline Hagan gives us a closer look at this Columbia Park birding site.
The longtime Tri-Cities resident we spoke to said he's concerned about conditions on this trail. Things like these downed limbs, you can see even a bigger one off in the background, that make it very hard to navigate the trail. He said he'd like to see the area cleaned up so future generations can enjoy just like he did when he was a little kid. James Owen has become somewhat of a park patroller in the Tri-Cities. You can find him walking around the now closed to traffic Bushwhacker Trail Road picking up trash, and now he has his sights set on the Audubon Trail in Kennewick. He says he's tried to find who is in charge of maintaining it to make it safer for families to enjoy.
It's just horrible. I mean, think of all the people that had so many pleasures with their kids, and look with the sign and all the people that were involved in it. And why they didn't follow through, I don't understand.
James says he's seen people doing drugs along this trail, along with other illicit activities. He's reached out to the Audubon Society, who says they just don't have the funds or manpower to maintain it. And the city of Kennewick actually has a survey out for residents where you can provide feedback when it comes to parks and recreation throughout city limits. Reporting in Kennewick for KAPP KVEW Local News, I'm Madeline Hagan.
We saw beautiful sunshine in Kennewick there for Maddie's shot, but we are seeing showers in parts of the area as well. Jason has a final wrap-up of your forecast when we come back.
Portion of KAPP KVEW sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
At Honda, we offer complimentary maintenance for 2 years or 24,000 miles. Just enjoy the ride, knowing we cover routine items like oil changes, tire rotations, and multi-point inspections. Honda Service Pass, available to purchasers of all 2023 Honda vehicles. Get yours today.
There's no other word quite like home, because it's more than any specific place. It could be in the team spirit that keeps your heart pounding the whole drive over the mountains. It could be in the friendships that make you able to laugh at yourself. It's a feeling, a belonging, and that's really different for everyone. So while we can't define what home is to you, what we can do is help you get there.
Find your way home today in a new Chevrolet from McCurley Chevrolet.
Smoke City for Less is your one-stop shop for your 420 celebrations. Stop by any of our 5 locations and receive 50% off all glass on 420. That's a huge savings, a huge selection, and the lowest prices in town. Plus, the largest selection of vape mods, the best batteries, tobacco products, kratom, and specialty products too. We have something for everyone. We are open 7 days a week with now 5 locations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition with 50% off glass on 420.
In the market for an RV? Do not buy any RV before you shop Click-It RV. Because Click-It RV has just acquired over 300 2022 fifth wheels, travel trailers, toy haulers, and motorhomes. And everyone is just $199 over invoice. And take advantage of 0 down, no payments for 90 days, and low interest financing. Plus guaranteed lowest price and lifetime warranty. So don't miss the Click-It RV Do Not Buy sale. Going on now at all 5 locations, including right here in Pasco.
If you've got the TV volume way up right now, then you really need these. These tiny but powerful little hearing aids are the Nano CIC Recharge, priced at only $297 for a full pair. These are not simply amplifiers. These are ultra high quality, ultra reliable hearing aids, priced thousands less than other hearing aids. They fit right in your ear. Nothing shows in the back of your ear. Payments as low as $36 a month.
1-800-277-1540.
The last thing you want people thinking about when they're in their golden years is money. We have a new family member living with us, which is my mother-in-law, Kathleen. She has had MS since my husband's been 6. We have our caregivers that come into the home and help out with her. She gets showers every day. Walk Cares is a really unique program. As you get older, you're still cared for and you're still valuable. It's just great to know that if needed, Walk Cares will be there for them.
The Seattle Kraken had their first playoff game in franchise history last night, and they were facing some stiff competition. The defending Stanley Cup champion, Colorado Avalanche. Those bright lights didn't seem to faze the Kraken. They would go on to take the win 3-1. Now, the Avalanche will be looking for a comeback tomorrow night, but the Kraken's win means they're guaranteed at least a 1-1 series record going into their first playoff home game at Climate Pledge Arena coming up on Saturday. And we have a heads up tonight. The Department of Energy is going to test Hanford's sirens tomorrow for an emergency drill. Sirens will sound on the 100 and 200 areas on the site between 12:30 and 1:30. Sirens might be audible along the Columbia River east of the Vernita Bridge and approximately 27 miles north of Richland. Now let's take a final look at your forecast with Jason.
All right, let's get you ready for your Thursday. We are going to see some sunshine, especially in the early morning hours, but some showers in your afternoon to early evening. Yakima, same story. Highs pretty much on par with what we saw today, mid to upper 50s, a little cooler in Ellensburg. For Walla Walla, possibly a little later showers. Winds are going to be right around 10 miles per hour. But again, folks, plenty of sunshine as we start our Thursday. And for Ellensburg, right around 52. And again, spotty showers possibly in the afternoon. So folks, get ready for winds to die down overnight and those and our clouds to clear up overnight. A very chilly morning tomorrow, so bundle up as you head out the door.
Thanks, Jason, and thank you so much for watching. We're back tonight at 6.